Check, check. Check, 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 check. All right. We are live from the Kraken Community Iceplex in Northgate, Seattle for the second of two between the University of Washington Huskies and the University of California, San Diego Tritons. It was about at this point in last night's game in which the Huskies scored their first of 13 goals in a resounding win, their 11th in a row. And the Huskies come in tonight as heavy favorites as well, earning the number 6 ranking in the nation among D2 college club hockey teams. Early action once again resuming in the Triton zone. Huskies did really well engaging their defense last night as the Tritons get their first shot on goal. Huskies in their alternate striped gold and purple jerseys. The Tritons wearing their black home jerseys. And the Tritons get some zone time before conceding. Huskies generally had a lot of space in the neutral zone last night. Were able to move the puck through pretty quickly, pretty unimpeded into the Triton zone with possession. So that's something to look out for. How do teams enter the zone? Do they need to dump the puck and then win it back low in the zone? Or do they come in with possession, threatening offensively? And the Huskies, for the most part, were able to do the latter in last night's tilt. "90 seconds gone. Huskies have had a majority of the zone time. But a nice pinch by Banga before eventually the Tritons clear their zone. Prigadich picking it up and flipping it to the neutral zone. Nobody really there, and the Huskies will have to chase. It's Strand going after it first. He's joined by Williams down low. Williams was one of the defensemen you'd often see more involved in the offensive plays. And we saw here Aaron Morris covering. Tritons number 9 dumping it in, and they get a change. Darren Morris working to his left, looking for someone in the neutral zone. He goes cross ice, where Dudley loses his footing and takes down a linesman in the process. Battle in the low boards, comes back up to number 10 at the point. Long cross ice pass, slightly tipped by Dudley. And a nice physical play by Friedman here on the near side. Huskies moving it in. It's Azumanov. He has Friedman in front. And the Huskies register their first shot on net about 3 minutes and some change into the first period. So far, a little bit more even of a game tonight. We've seen San Diego getting the puck deep. We've seen them possessing in the offensive zone. We've seen them trying to keep the Huskies contained, especially through the neutral zone. So we'll see if San Diego's able to bounce back. And here they win the draw, force the Huskies to regroup. They dump it. Kulos giving chase. It's rung around on the far side. 2 Huskies battling low in the corner. Huskies come out with it. Back to the point. Connor Clank with a long shot that goes wide. Huskies force a turnover. Shot wide left. Clank, one of the Huskies' most productive shooters from the point. Gets all of his body behind a pretty effective snapshot. Don't see him wind up for too many slap shots, but he'll lean into it with his left leg and get some power behind shots from the point, keeping them low as the defensemen are trained to do. You don't want bodies catching the puck before it hits the net, and you also want to give your team opportunity to deflect the puck, and that's best done. The puck is either on the ice or pretty low, so you can get a tip that puts it high over the goalie's blocker or glove. Call was an icing, so we'll get another draw in the Huskies' offensive zone. They're trying to decide where to have the face-off, and they're going to decide on the right face-off dot, so Huskies will migrate that direction. Huskies have Smith, Luigi, and Smith gives it. Shot, nice save. Another save. Huskies with a third shot now as Luigi tries one from the point, getting probably their best offensive pressure so far this game. Now it's a 2-on-1 potentially, but a nice back check and a good play out in front to prevent the centering pass. Huskies come in with speed. Back out in front, and the net dislodges from a diving Triton. Tritons wanted a change, but I guess you can't change if you dislodge your own net, which makes sense. That'd be an easy way to get off the ice, were that the case. So Luigi and Roberts stay out there as the defensive pair. It's a little bit harder to read the names with these jerseys. Blake Strand is out there. It's the #1 scoring line for the Huskies as that shot pass out in front doesn't find its man. Back through the neutral zone come the Tritons. Nice move, but eventually Roberts is able to recover. Back to the point. Low shot, doesn't get through. Rebound opportunity goes wide. Another shot, that one's easily seen and gloved. Looks like we've got Pat Costa in net. A little bit hard to tell over there. Costa, the Huskies' starting goalie, adding to his shutout record. This one comes out of the zone. Delayed offsides. Tritons will have to retreat. Nice pass through the neutral zone, though Strand couldn't get his stick down. So the Huskies get it back behind their net. Husky defense has done a good job generating speed, getting out of their own zone. Prigidich, tries to deke out a defender. Instead, San Diego winds up with it. Now Morris takes a low shot. It's deflected out in front. Back to Morris again. Nice pass to the high slot, but the Huskies couldn't handle it. Prigidich has a man down low, and that's where he goes. Back out in front, the crashing Azimanov couldn't put tape on that pass. Now it bounces out in front. Huskies still looking for it. Azimanov comes up with it. Back to the point. Low shot, steered easily aside. And a big hit up at the point. Huskies get it, and beautiful save out in front, and another now goal for the Huskies. Huskies are able to finish that one. Couldn't see if it went in initially. There's a great first save by the goalie, but the Huskies strike first with 13 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the first period. Azimanov, the one to put it home for his team on the rebound. So the Huskies start the scoring here in the first. And we'll see how many they notch this evening after scoring 13 last night. Multiple players with hat tricks. And one with 4 goals as well. This one gets through, nice deflection. San Diego really almost equaling their offensive opportunities early. Now this shot high and wide. And San Diego can't quite get the puck in. Banga up to Friedman. Through neutral ice. Regrouping are the Tritons. Deflected out in the neutral zone. And this is going to be an offside call. So what we're seeing here from the Tritons are a lot of neutral zone turnovers, and the Huskies are going to jump all over that. The Huskies are really the stronger skating team, and when you know that your opponent can outskate you, the last thing you want to do is give up the puck in vulnerable areas, especially as you're changing directions, right? You're moving forward, then you give up the puck. All of a sudden, you have to skate backwards. Huskies bring it in, try the centering pass, but doesn't get through. Nice job to pinch at the point. That's Campbell, number 73 out there. Getting the start tonight. Nice deflection. It's still loose out in front. Shot attempt is blocked out in front. The Tritons carry it out. Nice cross-ice pass to number 2 on the side. Number 2 gets the puck deep, but nobody really there for the Tritons to chase, as now 13 does a good job putting some pressure on. This comes all the way down to the Triton zone. Huskies starting a few players we don't normally see in the lineup. Campbell being one of them, as he just flips it towards the offensive zone, where Smith gives chase. Back out in front, the shot, and they freeze the puck. This one does not get through. Nice job by the goalie there. It'll be an offensive zone draw for the Huskies. They win it. Smith back with the puck. Looking for someone in front. The Huskies did a really good job getting open in front of the net and really making their presence felt in the low slot, where they were able to score some pretty easy goals with some smart centering passes. So this is the Rimmerin line, winged by Smith. And Shippey. Michael Shippey had 4 goals last night. Nice stop. Smith, the evasive maneuvers, but eventually coughs up the puck on the right side. Smith trying to dangle. Rimmerin trying to back him up. Twice the Huskies turn it over, and out come the Tritons. This is dumped all the way into the Husky zone. Physical battle down low. Nice job by Shippey to get the puck out. He loves to carry it, cutting out in front to the backhand, and he's denied. Again, he takes a shot. That one hits iron. 2 good opportunities for Shippey, continuing his offensive dominance. Huskies get a change. Nice job by Shippey to just get a stick in there. Backed by 2 Tritons. This shot goes wide from Blake Strand. Strand looking for it in the high slot. Gets it just off the side of the net. Halfway through the second period, Huskies have scored 1. At this point yesterday, the Huskies had scored 3, and we're on their way to 4. Nice job by Shippey. Maintain control. Looking, wheeling, now behind the net. He's stood up there. Eventually, San Diego comes up with it. Pass through neutral ice. Huskies have men coming through, fresh from the change. Up the right-hand side, trying to give to the center. Nobody there. Morris wheeling, looking, shooting. Deflected nicely by number 4. Something really important for the team in black tonight will be blocking shots, preventing opportunities. This one centered, backhand, nice save. Seen some really good goaltending from 25 in net early on so far for San Diego. Number 2 is going to get to it first, low in the zone. Out in front, the Huskies collect, distribute left. 2-on-2 here, toe dragging and losing it. The Huskies pick it up once again. Back out in front and low in the zone where San Diego has time. They chip it out, but not too far as Morris gives it and Clank fires it back into the zone. Number 10 to collect. Around to number 8. Nice job by number 8 to stay with the puck, and this is chipped into the bench. Sometimes the Tritons seem to have more room than they think, and they're kind of quick to chip it out of the zone, not look up, and those are times that you miss an opportunity to find someone through the neutral zone and potentially transition into some offense. But it's situations like that where you wind up back in your zone. Sometimes you need to when there's a person right on you and you don't want to turn the puck over in your own zone. But when you've got time, you want to make a play. Out in front, that's lifted high and wide. 8 minutes remaining as a San Diego player catches an edge and goes down. Clank back to collect for the Huskies behind the net. Clank nicely evades one. Centering pass, 1-on-2. Azumanov drops. Clank shoots wide. Clank with it low. Dudley wants it in the low slot. Huskies controlling it. Azumanov to the near side, and they score! Azumanov with a great find on the far post. And Huskies put that one away pretty easily. I believe it was Friedman. So it's Friedman with the goal. Getting on the end of that pass. And the Huskies double their lead here with 7.5 remaining in the first. Really good passing from the Huskies as the linesman goes down. Centered out in front. Credit San Diego, they have stepped up their net front presence, not allowing the Huskies the easy space that they had yesterday. Playing a little bit more physical. Kulos picks it up, tries to fire it off to the left. This shot goes in. It's Clank from the point, finding the back of the net. Score now 3-0 in favor of the home Huskies. Connor Clank scoring his first of the evening. It's a tough one for the goalie. Probably didn't see it all the way through. D-to-D pass, number 6, chipping it up the boards. Huskies take over. Kulos chasing it into the far corner. Kulos trying a little dipsy-do, gets put on his butt. Nice job by Roberts to hold the puck. And that one frozen by number 25 goalie. Six and a half remaining here in the first. Huskies a little bit slower to start, but once they got going, they found themselves up by 3, looking for more. Still poke checking hard. This comes in front of the net, and a beautiful save. The Huskies have been able to force turnovers by pressuring the defense low in the zone, and that's exactly what happened in that latest scoring attempt. It was Smith doing the work to force the turnover. Smith looking for it there. Huskies bring it low in the zone. Across to Luigi. Luigi not able to handle it. Turnover and high in the Huskies zone. Out come the Tritons as Huskies lay a hit in the neutral zone. That was Smith using his body. Now the Huskies have a 2-on-1. Shippey on the far side. He gets it, and it goes off his heel of his stick. That was a golden opportunity for Shippey. He gives it low, and nice interception because Azurmanov was waiting there once again on that far side post. Out to the neutral zone. Smith to Shippey. Shippey chasing low in the zone. Finishing his hit. Shippey once again trying to slide it, and that goes wide. Prigodic unable to finish it. San Diego skating it out, number 9, trying to get around Banga, who does a good job putting himself between the player and the puck. That's always what you're taught to do as a defenseman. They can't skate right through you, so if you get between the player and the puck, you've done your job. At that point, it's up to someone else to scoop up the puck. Ideally, your defensive partner. Huskies fire it up. Morris now skating with Prigodic to his left. Morris fires high and wide. Swings all the way back. Morris bringing it into his zone. Up high to Strand. Back to Morris. Deflection. Still loose. The Tritons have been much more successful exiting their zone. That was an issue for them last night as number 4 comes in all alone. Rebound still there. Diving, and they score. San Diego with their first goal of the weekend, and they are loving it. Big celebration from the bench. A little bit of a defensive lapse as number 4 got in free. Huskies goalie did a good job to stop the first attempt, but nobody cleaned up the rebound, and eventually a diving Triton able to put it home. Tritons getting on the board. 3-1 now the score here towards the end of the first with 4:13 remaining. So San Diego's got to feel good about getting that first goal. Got to boost their confidence. Definitely saw some heads down on the bench last night. You had the goalie change. Really low morale. And the Huskies taking the opportunity tonight to start players and give other players ice time that they might not usually in more competitive matchups. However, it was one of the top 2 Huskies defensive pairings giving up that goal, as Morris was beat, allowing that breakaway opportunity. Gloved out in front. Azurmanov looking for the rebound. Something Azurmanov does really well is be in the right place at the right time, anticipate the shots, anticipate the rebounds. And it's those players with those anticipation skills that really rack up the goals. Because sure, they're the skill players, they're the stick handlers, but if you know where to be, you're going to score easy goals. Azurmanov, one of those players. Campbell streaking down the right-hand side. He's got Kulos behind him, tries to dangle, but number 12 does a nice job disallowing that. Huskies keep it in. It's Zaychikov at the point. Good pressure here by number 19 for San Diego. Really giving Zaychikov a hard time. This puck is frozen with a little bit more than 2.5 remaining in the first period. Back in the Huskies zone, Zaychikov looking up. He's got a streaking Kulos, to whom he gives it low in the zone. Kulos taking off the puck. Seen good physicality from the Tritons, especially in their own corners. Really battling for the puck and often winning it back. It's been part of the reason they've been able to get out of their zone more efficiently. And what that does is it really saves you a lot of energy. You can see on the bench not that many players. We've got about 2 lines or so. So that's about half of a hockey team, you can see, compared to the Huskies. And it's really important that you play efficiently given those numbers. And what I mean by efficient is not getting trapped in your own zone, taking long shifts, not being able to get off the ice, playing a lot of defense. It's much more tiring to play defense than it is to play offense. Huskies coming through now. This one hits the post. That one was ripped, and that's the second time we've heard the iron ding this evening. Down on the right side over there. 1 minute remaining here in the first period. Benga gets a puck, shoots low. That one hits the side of the net. Huskies regain it. They get a defensive change. Morris coming on and immediately gets the puck. Huskies battling for it low. Shippy picks it up, gives out to Azimanov out in front. Strand, rather. Strand put it on net, but the puck is still loose. Finally, San Diego clears the zone. But the Huskies quickly back. Smith winding, firing. 16 seconds remaining here in the first period in a much tighter contest than last night. 10 seconds, Huskies have it low. Morris misses the puck, and he'll have to give chase. And that'll do it for the first period here at the Kraken Community Iceplex, where the Huskies finish this period with a 3-1 lead over the visiting UC San Diego Tritons, who've got to feel pretty happy about the way that period went. We'll be back for second period action in about 15 minutes here in Northgate. All right, we are about to get set for second period action between the home UW Huskies and the visiting UCSD Tritons. So far, it's been an exciting game, much more evenly matched between the Huskies and the Tritons. The Tritons getting shots on net early, really setting the tone in the first opening minutes of the period. Huskies did score first. Azumanov played really well that period. The Huskies got good production from their top line, but also we've seen a lot of their third and fourth line playing tonight as well. Keep an eye out for Dudley, who had a really good game last night, and also some of the third and fourth defensemen. Jovan Banga having a really good night as well so far here. So look for the Huskies defense to continue to be involved. Look for the Huskies to continue to spread out the ice, especially horizontally through the neutral zone, finding those cross-ice passes, finding those backdoor goals as they've already done so far, and continuing to shoot the puck from the point. The Huskies have not been shy to just get shots on net as much as possible. They've tried the skill moves, and so far it hasn't been too successful. So we'll keep an eye on some of those highlight reel plays, but so far it's really been the passing for the Huskies that has earned them their 2-goal lead. So we're about to get ready for the second period of action as the teams are going to take the ice. We're encouraging any Husky fans to send in some of their favorite fan art. I know that a lot of creative types out there really have some fun appreciating UW sports. And if you've got anything fun to share about the UW hockey team, we love fan participation in the broadcast, and we'll be showing some fun images, some fun graphics, and we encourage you to get involved. We are about ready for the second period of action between these two teams. We are about ready to get underway. Teams have switched sides. Second period, remember. The second period, you have the teams changing on the far side. So you can see that the benches are a little bit further away. So there's an added importance to maintain short shifts and to not get stuck in your defensive zone, because it can be extra hard to get off the ice with that extra 20, 30 feet, and that can keep your team shorthanded while you make a change. Backhanded attempt just slid wide. 19 has had a good game so far for the Tritons. We'll try and get you some names from the Tritons. I've found a site where they have some statistics, and I'm hoping that the jersey numbers match up with who's actually out there. So we'll start calling those as well, because we do appreciate the visiting team. They've come up from San Diego. Don't forget that. I don't think I would leave San Diego this time of year for Seattle. But I guess if you're a hockey player, you're looking for some cold. It's a nice backhanded pass, finds Morris, spins, and does not complete the give and go with Prigadich. Huskies D-man had it in his skates, and quickly they transition back up the ice. Smith Giving it back to Shippey. Shippey wanted to find Smith on the near side. Banga does a nice job. That just goes high. Joven Banga finding his way into a threatening position. Huskies giving chase low in the zone. Shippey's there to cut off the breakout pass. Across to Banga. Banga looks up, fires far side. 25 did enough to get a glove on that and steer it wide. It's Oliver Detra, number 25, in goal for San Diego. Open shot goes wide. That was Smith, who looked up and saw only Detra in front of him. Now it's a 2-on-1. Huskies need to hustle to get back, and Banga does just that. Nice job back checking. Huskies D-men have gotten comfortable taking some pretty big risks as Huskies walk it in, and a nice save by Detra. All right, looks like we're getting our first fan art. So let's get that up on the screen for you. We'll get it next. We'll have to go. We'll wait another whistle. Gotta have it queued up. I'm a one-man show up here. If anyone knows hockey and wants to broadcast with me, just leave a comment. I would love a co-broadcaster. Not many people in Seattle know hockey, as this shot taken out in front, that was Dudley. We've said his name in the intermission report. Nice blocker save by Detra. Matt Clank not able to hold that one in. Matt's mom in attendance tonight, as are many of the Husky parents. A lot of Washingtonians on this roster. Don't know how many San Diego players are from San Diego. I would chance not many. Southern California, though, increasingly a hockey area, especially given the Kings' recent success in the mid-2010s with a Stanley Cup win. Campbell finding his way through the neutral zone, giving up the puck to Dudley. 3 Huskies caught deep there. And San Diego looking to take advantage of that. But number 16 thrown into the boards as they get a change. Azamanov trying to pick it up in the neutral zone. Instead, it's Kilos on the puck. Kilos looking across, all the way across to find Banga. Banga fires it towards the net, back out to the point. Campbell dumps it in, gets a change. Huskies battling out in front. Number 12 doing a really good job to tie up his man. Clank fakes, shoots, deflected wide. This is going to be waved off for icing. Huskies will continue to play in their defensive zone. And this is all the way down for an icing. All right. We've got some fan art. So it's a huge photo. Let's get it up there. It looks like a Salvador Dali impression full of Huskies. Love the fan art. Keep it coming, folks. This is exciting stuff. All right, back to the game. Let's get that up one more time. You can see the Huskies kind of all over, foreground, background, and a Stanley Cup as well. Perhaps representing the Huskies' postseason hopes, which have most definitely been kindled given the success. 19 wins already on the season and a solid national ranking. Number 6 stepping up, shooting, and nice job there by Huskies goalie, seeing it all the way through. Face off in the Huskies' defensive zone. Huskies get it out easily. With speed through the neutral zone, Prigidich has it, takes a low angle shot off the pads, picks it back up, wheeling around, rolling, rolling, firing. Prigidich gives it low and gets it back once again. A little bit of extracurriculars there. Some good physical play. Huskies get it back to the point. Morris got it off of his chest and fired it wide. This one lifted into the neutral zone. Luigi going to be the first one back for the Huskies. This one just gets by number 8. And fortunately so, as the Huskies had turned over the puck in their own zone. Shot goes wide. Out to the point, back down low. Huskies with a little bit more offensive zone control this period. Jovan Banga, goalie, did not see that all the way through, but manages to get a pad on it nonetheless. That's where goalie positioning is so important. Being in the right place, especially when you don't have the reaction time to move at all. Those deflections out in front. This one wide, hits the back of the net. Huskies collect. Azermanov there, and he passes it out of his own zone. The Huskies will regroup. We're getting a change here. Huskies have some time, and that was one of those changes. You can see the players coming into the zone just now, but one of those changes that could really end up poorly for the visitors. So San Diego, West Coast, but about as far as possible. I cannot think of another major city further on the West Coast than San Diego. Basically Mexico, and we're basically Canada. Azermanov goes high blocker. San Diego's sister city is Panama City, another North American city on the, is it on the Pacific Coast? You'll have to get back to me, fans, about where exactly Panama City is located within the country. And if anyone knows Seattle's sister city, we'd love to hear about it, as these two teams representing their home areas clashing tonight. Dudley clashing as well, throwing his body around. Back out in front, Azermanov gets it, slides it, back out in front. Shot from the point goes wide. Been really impressed with Oliver Detra's play tonight in net for the Tritons. Wielding not a trident, but a glove, a blocker, and a wide stick. Those goalie sticks, much wider than the player sticks, much harder to use in any kind of passing or shooting capacity, but that's not really what they're for. Banga goes down. We've seen no penalties so far this evening. Refs keeping their arms down. San Diego walking it in. That was 19. Nicholas Gotsolius. That's, sounds like a Greek name. Sounds Greek to me. Gotsolius. From Clyde Hill, Washington. So, a Washingtonian on the roster for San Diego. I don't blame him for going down. I'm a Minnesotan who sought a more fair climate on the coast. School in Southern California. There are a good amount of Southern Californians on this roster, though. I stand corrected. Kulos in a battle there with Alexi Davis. Davis, a San Diego native. Husky is fortunate there not to get burned in the high zone turnover. Big hit there, and the Huskies regain possession, but they're bodied off of it. Icing is waved off. Shippey giving to Rimmerin. Shippey, Rimmerin, and Smith as Clank launches a slap shot. There's the snapshot that we so often see him take. We're getting some more fan art, which I love to see. Thank you, fans. We'll be showing that shortly. Nice play by Costa to get the puck out of a dangerous area. Huskies now have a 2-on-1. Clank has a man to his right. He gives it. The shot just high and wide. And the Husky goes crashing into the net. That is the assistant captain, Daniel Smith, I believe, who had that opportunity and subsequently found only himself in the back of the net. Clank hustling near side to bring the puck low, but it's deflected, where Luigi picks it up and dumps it deep. Huskies have really done well to find open space in the corners, as this one through rebound opportunity saved by Dank. Detra, rather. Huskies with a 3-on-2 opportunity, pad save, rebound. Morris not able to put that one home. Number 2 has lost their stick. That's Andrew Chua. And we're going to get a penalty now for interference. Andrew Chua, another San Diego native. This penalty is going against Morris. For the Huskies, it's going to go off for interference. So faceoff's going to come back down into the Huskies' defensive zone. Nice shot, goes in! The Tritons cut the lead in half with a rebound goal on the power play. Quickly, the Huskies find their lead dwindling. You might call it a wave out of San Diego. Check that out. Some fan art from the internet. Thank you. So San Diego causing waves here at the Kraken Community Ice Complex, where they've scored 2 unanswered. Looking for a third are an emboldened Triton squad, manifesting that godly energy, you might say. Tritons dump it deep. Huskies get tied up. For those that want to send in fan art, you can do so on Twitter with the hashtag HuskyHockey. Husky Hockey on Twitter. This is an icing. We'll get that last art up there because I feel like that deserves another look. It also came with an interpretation. So the fan says the facing Husky represents the usurping animistic theology in favor of anthrotheism. I don't really know what those words mean, but I love the kind of complex thinking behind the art as well. Bonus points if you have some good interpretation, some good art criticism. Animistic theology. All right, 8 minutes remain. Score is, let me update that, 3-2. Banga, shooting. And that comes low. Nicely saved. Appreciate the comments about the stream. I'm doing my best here to get you the best quality possible. Right now we've got an iPhone taped to a tripod, and to be honest, I think that's the best yet. So appreciate the feedback. I know it was a tough one last night, and believe me, nobody was more disappointed than myself. Yours truly. 7.5 remaining. Face off in the Huskies zone. Huskies offensive zone. Luigi does well to hold that in to the high slot. Nice shot, one-timer from Michael Shippey. The 4-goal scorer from last night has yet to get on the board today. You know, even if it's not art, any kind of shout-outs, comments, poems, haikus, we just love to involve the fans in the broadcast. Especially if it's in praise of the Washington Huskies. Although, you know, if there are any visiting fans out here, I'd love to hear from the San Diegans. There's a good anchorman line about that. 7:12 remaining here in the second in what has become a much more tightly contested hockey game. Some really fun stuff this evening. Hard fought play at center ice where Smith was able to disarm his man of the puck. Plank able to do the same at his blue line. Smith shooting, and that's going to go high into the netting. Shout out to my parents out on the East Coast. Without them, I wouldn't be here. And love to all of the hockey parents. It's not an easy job to be a hockey parent. I imagine I'm mostly broadcasting to hockey parents, so you know what you do. But just sending love to the hockey parents. Hockey's kind of worse than the rest of the sports because the rink is really cold. Now, San Diego, number 20, with an opportunity. Back out in front, number 9. Just couldn't pull the trigger. That's the captain. Not able to finish out that offensive opportunity. Number 9, Corey Gerard from San Clemente, another Southern Californian. San Clemente, great beach. And you can also take the train right to the beach in San Clemente, a classic surf spot in Southern California, in, I believe, Orange County. Some good waves to the right of the jetty. 5:42. Score remains 3-2, but now the Huskies have a chance. Prigidich in all alone, takes the shot, that goes wide. Morris is able to scoop it up and send it back low to Prigidich. Cross the ice. Roberts able to hold it in after initially misplaying it. Roberts pinching. Nice job by San Diego to get the puck out. Now it's a foot race, 23. giving chase in the far corner as the rest of San Diego decides to make their change. We've seen San Diego much more successful moving through the neutral zone, as we've seen in that pass. Number 4 in the right spot, able to receive, give it back to the point. I'm just loving the play from San Diego right now as number 16 goes tumbling down. The shot just wide. Huskies playing a little bit flat-footed, a little bit caught off guard since that last goal. They have yet to score this period as number 4 wheels, looking, shooting, deflected out in front. 16 trying to get it away, and eventually it's covered up. Face off in the defensive zone with 4:34 in the second period. Don't know what's going on here with the delay. But eventually we see the puck drop. Shot. Goalie did not see any of that. Trying to figure out who's in goal tonight for the Huskies. Has not been clear so far. Not able to get a number off that jersey. Let me know what you think of these jerseys. I have mixed opinions. Mixed thoughts. I really like the Huskies black jersey, but they're coming out with the alternate tonight. I think I like it less because it's harder to see the names, which is kind of my job. But it definitely has that old-fashioned look, and there's a long history to the University of Washington. Very historic land-grant state school. The biggest in Washington. This is out in front. It's loose, and they just miss it. San Diego almost tying the game there, getting a lot more chances so far. 3.5 minutes. San Diego continues to possess it, and this just bounces off number 20, and we're going to get a delayed penalty as a Husky goes tumbling to the ice, and that will be 2 minutes. The ref's trying to figure out who the culprit was of that one. All right, we're checking the Twitter for any kind of input. All right, 3 minutes and 19 seconds. The Huskies are going to go on their first power play of the evening. Penalty assessed to number 2, Andrew Chua. He's going to sit for the Tritons. Retreating to the depths. Back to Clank, not Clank, giving it back to Prigodich. Clank winding, firing. That's high and wide. And that's going to be a slashing call. And a short-lived Huskies power play as we see the assistant captain, Michael Shippey, going to the sin bin to sit for 2 or less. 2:54 remaining in the second period, which has seen the Huskies concede a goal and score none. Four-on-four action for 1:36 at the most, which may favor the Huskies with their strong skaters. Clank going in, giving it, and that deflected. Nice job by number 10. That was Max Rivet getting back on the back check and preventing that centering pass because Morris was wide open on the weak side. Saw Morris give an extra little hack there, And that's always going to be met with frustration from the opposing team. Goalies are kind of like, I don't know, they're almost like some kind of, it's like symbolic to hit a goalie. And nobody takes to it kindly. It's like hitting a child, you know? Out in front, Huskies trying to shovel it over the goalie, who goes tumbling. Detra able to get back on his feet. This goes wide, back to the center, and that just wide from Prigadich, who wasn't able to quite possess the puck the way he would have liked. And the Huskies take it back out to center ice, where they're going to regroup. 44 seconds remaining in the penalty to San Diego, who will go on the power play at that point. Errant pass gives a 2-on-1 to San Diego. Number 20, not quite able to keep up with his teammate, and eventually the shot is just kind of forced wide. Looked like it was going to be a nice 2-on-1, but the play didn't quite materialize for the Tritons. Morris goes down, but he gets the puck and gives it back to Clank. Clank moving to his left, getting around his first player, cutting to the net. Morris with it behind the net. Full strength now, as this goes just wide. Huskies are now on the penalty kill for 18 seconds, at least, at most, I guess. It's dumped in. Full change for the Tritons. Smith to Morris. Clank down low, behind the net. Out in front, it's loose, and they score! The Huskies netting one just after the penalty expires. The puck jostling around out in front of the net, and eventually it was Darren Morris able to put it home over Oliver Detra. So the Huskies getting an insurance goal, going up once again by 2 here in the second period, and under a minute remaining. Smith waiting for someone to cut to the net. It was Shippey who was there. However, puck got by Shippey. Back out to the point. Jovan Banga. Back to Shippey. Shippey to Luigi. Some jostling out in front once again. Out in front. Puck squirts into the corner. Nice job by number 10 to glove it away from danger as the Huskies wrap it around, and they're going to call the goal. It's going to count for the Huskies as they get one more just as the horn sounds. 0 seconds on the clock. The referees are going to talk it over. They're going to talk it over. Either way, it seems like the second period is over. They're going to wave off the goal. So that's going to be it for the second period. Huskies thought they had a goal, but instead it's going to be waved off. It was at the buzzer. And unfortunately for the Huskies, that one's not going to count. Both teams scoring, so the goal differential of 2 remains, though we've got a new score of 4-2 after 2. We'll be back for the third period of action in about 15 minutes. All right, we are back for the third period of action between the visiting University of California, San Diego Tritons and the home team, University of Washington Huskies. 4-2 the score to start things out. After a bit of delay, the referees, the officials, were missing in action. I don't know what was going on. Huskies get it. And the extra pass did not find its man. Now, San Diego came in with speed, but pretty quickly coughed up the puck. Luigi able to fetch it in his own zone. All the way back to neutral ice. And Tritons dump it in. Slid all the way to the far corner. Morris wheeling, giving, shoots. Prigadich just missed, and a nice save there. It's Roberts in net for the Huskies. The junior, Tyler Roberts. It was Daniel Cleoffa last night for the Huskies who earned his first shutout. So the two backups getting the nods in successive evenings here at the Iceplex. Nice job by Smith to use his body in the corner. This one hits a man in front and goes wide from Dudley. Battle here at the blue line. Azimanov. Eventually the puck squirts out back to the Husky zone. Azimanov gives it across, backhand scores! The Huskies add to their lead. Great find from Max Azimanov. The player was banging their stick, and I believe it was Jovan Banga. No, yes, Banga getting the goal, breaking on the far side from the defensive position. And the Huskies bring their goal total to 5. Really great vision there by Azimanov. Once again, just really great awareness of where people are on the ice, and that's clearly his gift as a player. There he is on the puck now. Beautiful backhanded pass. Shippey trying the backhand as well. Launches it over the net. Smith hooks it back deep. 17:40 remaining. Nice block shot there. And it's thrown deep into the zone. Sean McCann flipping it out of his zone in the direction of Connor Tabone. It's Campbell now for UW, who's stood up at the hash marks. Campbell back on the puck. Coughs it up. And eventually comes back to neutral ice. Squirts out in front. Backhand across. It's loose, and they score! The Huskies knocked it around a bunch before finally putting it home. And this is Campbell. Morgan Campbell, the sophomore defenseman from Monroe, Washington, with his first goal of the evening. And the Huskies quickly double their lead in the third. 16 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Huskies coming back, looking for more. Rebound opportunity. Steered away. Pops out in front, and Roberts is able to cover that one. Talked about the jerseys and wanted some fan input. Generally negative comments from the fans. People like the black jerseys, and I would agree. I think black and purple is a great combination. I'm a Vikings fan from Minnesota. But you do gotta love the Huskies colors. I think they're some of the best colors in college, and I think they're very unique. They go really well together. Just great contrast, but the stripes, I don't know if they're working for them. Fashionistas say to avoid horizontal stripes. They're not flattering. I don't know. You can decide. Huskies out in front. Rebound opportunity. Beautiful sliding save to deny a 7th goal for the Huskies. Oliver Detra continuing to play very well between the pipes for the team in black tonight. This is flipped low. Roberts losing possession behind his own net, but the puck comes back to the point, and the shot's blocked, and it goes back to center ice. Zaychikov fails to corral the pass, and as a consequence, it goes deep in the Husky zone. There was a man out in front, but unfortunately, Alex Chen was not able to make the final pass. His teammate Cole Parker was camped out. Alex Chen from La Jolla, a San Diego suburb, as the Huskies come in 3-on-2, and that pass just slid too far. Huskies work it low. Zaychikov is out in front, waiting for a pass, jostling with Cole Parker. Eventually, San Diego regains possession and works the puck to center ice. Nice interception at the point by Morris. Morris scores! Beautiful snipe by Morris. He had cut off the pass, the exit pass, and goes high blocker for a gorgeous snipe. Would love to see that again. So 14 minutes remain. The Huskies now have 7 goals. They're kind of piling it on here in the third period after a relatively quiet second period. I wonder what Coach Matt Cleaton had to say in the locker room. Going to call a false start there. It's Emma Lulier. I believe that's a woman out there, but you never want to gender people without knowing, kind of who they are. But if it is, I love to see it. I've always, nice move there. Williams shooting and scoring. I have a sense that Oliver Detra would love to have that one back. That one just kind of rolled in to the net, but the Huskies will take it. As Williams, I believe that's his second on the night. Returning to the previous comments, I've always not really understood why women's hockey has different rules than men's hockey, especially around the hitting, you know? Women go pretty hard, and, you know, so it goes. Shout out to rugby for having the same rules for men and women. San Diego able to break it out of their own zone. Low angle shot. And Roberts deals with that pretty easily. That was Cody Gerard streaking down the left-hand side, putting one on net for the Tritons. Reese Wismuller from Foothill Ranch, California, taking the draw there. Goetz-Ciolis is removed from the puck, but he continues to fight in that far corner, gets it out in front. Huskies now trying to transition through neutral ice. Azumanov has a chance, coming in, goes high glove, and it goes over the net. 12.5 remaining here in the third period. That one hits the iron for the third time this evening. It was Matt Plank striking the post this time. This one gets under Shippy's stick. They're going to call no icing, though, as Shippy gives chase. Campbell pinches in on the right-hand side. Huskies win it, and that goes off the face mask, I believe, of Detra. Here on the near side. Huskies give it up at their own blue line, and the shot goes wide. Neutral zone turnover. We've been talking about that last night. Number 6 skating in wide, going to the backhand, going to the net. And a nice save by Justin Roberts. Tyler Roberts, the junior goaltender from Puyallup. Puyallup, South King County. About 20 miles down I-5, maybe 10 miles down I-5. I-5, by the way, connects all the way down to, you guessed it, San Diego. If you drove I-5 from Seattle, you'd first hit Portland as Prigadich, one-on-one, cuts in front of the net, and he scores! Prigadich goes 5-hole. And a little bit of dejection from the goalie now. We may have got a new goalie in. I believe we have a new goalie now. We don't have a number for 32. The other goalies on the roster are Nolan Karma, Faraz Ansari, Isaac Ladden, and Vincent Dunton. So I assume it's one of those players. But we've got Oliver Detra on the bench, right over there. You'd hit Portland on I-5, and from there you wouldn't hit a large town until Los Angeles, actually, if you'd believe it. You'd go through other towns in Oregon, I guess. You'd hit Eugene and you'd hit Salem. Then you'd go through the high plateau north of Mount Shasta. You'd get a beautiful view of Mount Shasta on the driver's side left of the car on a clear day. Northern California, Oregon border. Azumanov thinks about it, shooting, and that goes wide. And then you'd go through the long stretch of the Central Valley in California, kind of a dusty, dry land, especially given the drought. You'd wind up in LA after going through the Grapevine just north of the city. And then in a couple dozen miles, you'd be in San Diego before finally hitting Mexico. Q Kulos tried to receive that pass in the neutral zone, but instead, breaking fourth is the defenseman Andrew Chua. Now it's Weisenmuller working behind the net, nicely dispossessed. The Huskies get it out to the neutral zone, where Zaychikov coughs it up. Gerard going down the left to the center, in shot, steered away. Nice play by the Tritons to get that centering pass. Coverage somewhat busted for the Huskies, as no one picked up the man out in front. Huskies win the puck back at center ice on the near side. Nice backhand pass to find Smith. Smith shooting right into the midsection of that new goaltender for the Tritons. Shout out to the Seattle Kraken. Shout out to the real fans of the Kraken. Kraken had a terrible season last year in their inaugural season. A lot of hype here in Seattle. Understandably so. And then a lot of people fell off. Ticket sales really dropped. People could not sell tickets for more than they paid. And now all of a sudden, Seattle Kraken going for number 1 in the Pacific Conference, Pacific Division. So shout out to the Kraken. Shout out to the GM. This pass goes wide. Some big acquisitions in the offseason for the Kraken, as number 6 charging forward. He's in all alone. He shoots. Rebound. Gloved. And it's in. Kind of a fluky bounce. Roberts thought he had it. It kind of bounced off of his head, but that all started with a breakaway from Alexi Davis, the San Diego native. So UCSD, not within striking distance, but so far a respectable 3 goals after the goose egg last night. So they get a new unit on there. It's Emma Lulier of La Jolla, California. You gotta wonder where the ice rinks are out there. How many ice rinks are there in San Diego? Chipped out to neutral ice. Referee goes down. There's Morris, who had knocked him over. Morris was unhappy about that last goal, but, you know, can't imagine there's any ill will. 8 minutes remaining. Out in front, Morris went to the backhand. Now they get a shot. Prigadich denied. Prigadich again, shooting it wide. Huskies again going near side. That one hit the post. Seven minutes and 44 seconds. We'll check the Twitter. Remember, use the hashtag Husky Hockey. We are sharing the Husky Hockey hashtag with the St. Cloud State University Huskies of Central Minnesota, who have a great squad out there, getting a lot of the Minnesota talent that had previously gone to teams like the University of Minnesota. Shout out to the Golden Gophers. Get a sweep on the weekend, as Washington looks to do now. The puck is still loose out in front. Big scrum. Referees lose sight of it and blow the play dead. So it's 9-3. Is it 9-3? I guess it's 9-3. They had not updated the scoreboard, neither had I. Face off in the offensive zone for the Huskies. It's been a much more lopsided period after a tighter second period. There's going to be a penalty now as a player went down in front of the net. It was Dudley, who then puts a shot on net. And we're going to get a roughing call as Dudley went down pretty hard. The fans don't like it on the San Diego side. Good turnout tonight. Love the fans here at the Kraken Community Iceplex. To my right and to my left. If you came to the Iceplex tonight, you got a hat, a Kraken hat. I believe it's their store up here in Northgate. So the Huskies will head to the power play. Penalty assessed to the San Diego defender number 2, Andrew Chua. Huskies have a lot of space as San Diego now collapsing. And we saw the net come off. Under 7 minutes to go. Don't know which hockey team they root for in San Diego, besides, of course, the UCSD Tritons. Perhaps the LA Kings, they would be the closest team, but you know, this shot ripped from the point. The Vegas Golden Knights, also a team out there in Southwest United States with a growing fan base and a very successful franchise early on. Matt Plank looking for an angle. Matt Plank is at the point, taking the one-timer. So it's interesting to see how teams set up their special teams, how they set up their power play. There are a lot of different formations, different personnel, different ways to manage space on the power play. What we see right now, you might call the umbrella, where you have one player up top in the center of the ice. So that would be Plank, who's now coming off. So the umbrella, if you picture it from blue line to goal line, you'd have one player up top, flanked by 2 more further down, and then another 2, maybe one in front of the net. So now you can see Morris is that top of the umbrella. Nice diving play by other Morris, but the puck does clear the zone. Nice job by that was... I really hope these numbers are right, folks, as far as the San Diego team. Doing my best here, but following the ACHA website here, and that would indicate that Connor Tabone was the player who skillfully anticipated that pass through the neutral zone. Azimanov, as the Tritons return to full strength. There are, of course, minor league teams in Southern California. The Ontario Reign, one of them. I believe that's the Kings minor league affiliate. Nice hit by Banga, who's had a really good game tonight. Scoring at least once, as this pass through neutral ice, but no more. Teams trading misplaced passes at center ice. As finally, the Huskies' Morris able to deke one and shooting it right into the midsection of the new goalie. YouTube fan says the Gulls and the Ducks we root for, and the Kings. I don't know if those are hockey teams or just animals. Maybe both. The Ducks of Oregon have a really good hockey team that has managed to demolish University of Washington in recent matches. One of the few teams to get the better of UW. Another of which was Boise State. We're going to get a penalty now coming against UCSD. This shot goes wide. It's rung around the boards where Darren Morris fans on the puck. It's out in front. And finally now the whistle is blown, bringing it a tripping call. Under 4 minutes to go. 9-3 the score. After a much closer 2 periods, but the Huskies have kind of consolidated their lead in the 3rd period thus far. So the Huskies back on the power play. What teams love to do is get speed through neutral ice, and they did a really good job finding the open space and making some good passes to gain the zone. Zone entry, always important in hockey. Can you get across the blue line? Can you get your players in? Can you possess the puck? But especially important on the power plays. You really want to get your unit set up. You don't want to spend too much time, obviously, outside of your offensive zone. And a lot of teams will run traps in the neutral zone, both at even strength and on the penalty kill, to try and prevent teams from really establishing themselves in the offensive zone. This is out in front. Morris misses it. 3 minutes to go here. A minute remaining in the power play. Nice job by the San Diego player to trouble the Huskies at center ice, but the Huskies regain possession. Nice save out in front. Cole Parker giving chase. Friedman with a nice cross-ice pass. Huskies have really used the width of the ice well as this hits the crossbar. So once again, the Huskies probably couldn't do it if they tried, but here they are. I think that's the 4th time the puck has found iron. That shot launched high and wide from Shippey, who's had a much less exciting game than he did last time. Morris cutting to the net. Really nice job. Now Clank taking the shot, and there's going to be another penalty. You know, I don't like to show the fights. I think it's kind of silly. So we will have a penalty coming, but they may offset now. Morris is going to get his 2nd penalty of the night. But Morris may have done his team a disservice and received a penalty. Yeah, so there had already been a penalty, I believe, coming against San Diego as time expired. But then we saw kind of that scrum breakout, and I think that'll bring things to even strength. The penalties will be offsetting. Don't really know what started it. Oftentimes in these kind of lopsided games, you get to see some of that stuff at the end. Nice save from the goalie. Under 2 minutes left. Another good save. Rebound opportunity. And that's stopped as well. You know, you see some of the tensions, the anger, the frustration kind of coming out as the game ends. It's been a long series for San Diego, who obviously made the trip all the way up the West Coast. You can see the Kraken offices right over here. Imagine, oh, nice save. Imagine that's a lot where a lot of the decisions have been made. Some really good front office work in the offseason. And Matty Bernier's playing great in his rookie season. Puck cleared to the corner. So it's 5-on-5. Is it 5-on-5? No, it's 4-on-4. As Prigodic in all alone. And another good save. Number 32, the goalie, has seen their fair share of disappointment since coming on, but I'm also impressed with some really good saves. That one on the near side, as we're under 90 seconds to go here in the third period. This puck makes its way back to Husky territory. Shippy skating it through the neutral zone. He's taken out hard into the boards. Matt Clank back down low. Shippy gets on the end, back towards the net. Huskies have an opening. The shot, rebound, and it's stopped in front of the net. .52 seconds left. Shippy's going to go off for roughing. And Dylan Besarish. I'm curious the origin of that name. Besarish. I wonder if they're going to send off the players, or is there going to be an extra penalty, a double minor? We've got 3 Huskies in the sin bin, as it's known. So yeah, I believe the Huskies are going to get an extra penalty on that. Seeing that the face-off is going to come down into the Huskies zone. All right, so let's finish this one off. Huskies with a 9-3 lead. Still, it's going to be a 4-on-3 power play for the remainder of this game at most. That shot nicely blocked by Azumanov, who now gives chase. Nice job by Clank to body his man, but San Diego maintains possession. Slap shot just wide. Huskies try to clear unsuccessfully. Now Azumanov not quite getting the clear. Don't know why he sent it. Don't know why he sent it to the across the blue line. Clank coming in, and he scores, going 5-hole. And time expires as the Huskies extend their goal total to double digits. And that's it from the Kraken Community Iceplex. So We'll give you the recap. It was a hard-fought series. The Huskies really didn't have much competition last night, score of 13-0. But I was excited about what UCSD was able to do so far, especially in the first two periods. They had a really good second period, moving the puck through the neutral zone, getting shots on net. But obviously the Huskies, such a skilled team, physical team, really showing their quality. So that's it from the Kraken Community Iceplex. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back for the next home game, and we'll be streaming. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks so much for your contributions as the teams shake hands. Have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time for more UW Husky Hockey.